Gather close and listen. Let the shadows flicker and the wind howl outside, for tonight, we journey into the heart of a legend. Tonight, we speak of the Minch, the wild and restless channel that separates mainland Scotland from the mysterious outer Hebrides, a stretch of water as beautiful as it is treacherous. This is no ordinary sea, but a place of fierce, unpredictable currents and sudden, violent storms, waters that have been feared by sailors for centuries, and for good reason. Legends tell of the blue men of the Minch, ancient blue-skinned storm kelpies who rule these waters with a cold, merciless power, their presence felt in every crashing wave and swirling mist. Their home lies deep in underwater caves near the forbidding Cheyenne Isles, in a notorious stretch called the Current of Destruction, where the sea seems to come alive with danger. Here, in the cold darkness, they slumber, waiting in silence until the creak of a ship's hull or the distant echo of oars awakens them from their watery rest. The blue men are not friendly spirits. They are the sea's wrath made flesh, intent on wrecking ships, conjuring storms, and dragging unwary sailors to their doom beneath the waves. Unique to Scotland, their legend is found nowhere else in the world, making them the Minch's own guardians and terrors, creatures of myth, but also of warning. For those who sailed these haunted waters, the greatest threat was not always the storm above, but the will beneath, the blue men, rising unseen to play their deadly games with the living. So as we begin, remember, this is more than a ghost story whispered on stormy nights. It is a tale woven from fear, survival, and the mysteries of the deep. It's a legend born from the real dangers of the sea, a way for generations to explain the tempests and tragedies that seem to have a mind and a spirit of their own. In their final moments, sailors claimed to see the face of a blue man, human-sized, skin the color of the deep, arms long and powerful. Their eyes, it was said, glowed with a cold, unnatural light, reflecting the fury of the sea itself. Legends whispered that these beings would rise from the depths when storms gathered, their presence a harbinger of disaster. Their faces are grim, their forms alien, and their laughter echoes with the storm. The sound is chilling, half human, half something else, carried on the wind and mingling with the thunder, as if the storm itself were mocking those who dared to cross its path. In calm seas, they sleep just below the surface, but when roused, they move with the speed of porpoises, blue torsos slicing through the waves. Some say you can glimpse their shadows darting beneath your boat, swift and silent, waiting for the right moment to strike. Some say they wear blue caps like the crest of a wave, or even have wings to race across the water. Others believe their hair is made of seaweed, tangled and wild, blending perfectly with the churning ocean. But their true power is in summoning storms, turning calm into chaos for the cruel sport of sinking ships. With a gesture or a shout, they can call forth winds and waves, unleashing the full wrath of the sea upon any vessel unlucky enough to cross their path. The blue men are not mindless beasts. They are cunning, intelligent, and take pleasure in destruction. They challenge sailors with riddles, and those who fail to answer are dragged beneath the waves, never to be seen again. Their presence haunted every captain, a reminder that the sea's calm could hide a deadly threat. Even the bravest sailors felt a chill when the wind changed, fearing the blue men might be watching from below. To see that deep blue rising from the water was to know your luck had run out. For in the face of the storm, the blue men ruled, and mercy was as rare as a calm sea in their presence. The blue men were not just brutes, they delighted in games of wit. When a ship entered their domain, the chief, sometimes called Shoney, would challenge the captain with 2 lines of verse. The captain had to reply instantly, matching the rhyme and rhythm, or face destruction. A clever answer would force the blue men to retreat, but hesitation meant doom. This poetic duel made survival a matter of quick thinking, not just seamanship. The legend reflects the Gaelic love of poetry and oral tradition, where wit was as valued as courage. To defeat the blue men, you needed the mind of a poet as much as the heart of a sailor. In the Minch, words could be as powerful as oars or sails. One famous tale tells of a clever captain who, when faced with the blue men's challenge, responded with flawless verse and quick wit. As the blue men hurled their riddles and rhymes, the captain matched them word for word, never faltering. His sharp mind and poetic tongue turned the tide, and the storm that threatened to destroy his ship began to subside, the angry waves calming as if soothed by his words. The Blue Men, bound by their own mysterious rules, had no choice but to vanish beneath the waves, defeated by the captain's wit and bravery. The sea grew peaceful, and the ship sailed on, saved by the power of clever words. Another story tells of a group of sailors who, while crossing the Minch, discovered a blue man asleep on the surface of the water. Seizing the rare opportunity, they captured him, tying him securely and bringing him aboard their boat. As they sailed, eerie voices echoed across the water, his kin calling out, searching for their lost brother. They called his name again and again, until one finally shouted, "Ian Moore!" The name rang out over the waves. At the sound of his true name, the captive blue man broke free from his bonds with sudden strength, leaping into the sea to rejoin his brothers, vanishing beneath the waves in a flash. These stories taught sailors that the Blue Men had names, families, and bonds stronger than any rope or chain. Their connections ran deep, and their loyalty to each other was legendary. To know a Blue Man's name was to hold a sliver of power over him, but to try to capture one was a dangerous folly, tempting fate and the wrath of the sea. The legends remind us that the Blue Men are individuals, not just faceless terrors of the deep. Each has a story, a name, and a place among their kind. Their loyalty to each other is unbreakable, and their wrath, once provoked, is swift and merciless. To cross them is to risk the fury of the Minch itself. In the unpredictable waters of the Minch, cleverness, respect, and a healthy fear of the unknown were a sailor's best defense against the mysteries that lurked beneath the waves. Where did the Blue Men legend begin? Some say they are fallen angels, cast from heaven into the sea, forever exiled and bitter. This origin ties them to other supernatural beings of Scottish lore, creatures of power and sorrow, not just malice. Another theory links them to the Picts, ancient painted warriors who crossed the sea in blue-painted bodies and skin boats. From a distance, these men might have seemed to rise from the waves themselves, inspiring tales of blue-skinned sea dwellers. Over centuries, memories of painted warriors blurred into myth, transforming into the storm kelpies of the Minch. Whether fallen angels or echoes of ancient tribes, the Blue Men became symbols of the sea's mystery and danger. Their legend is a tapestry woven from faith, history, and the wild imagination of seafaring people. In every version, they are reminders of forces beyond human control. Another theory traces the Blue Men to a distant shore, North Africa. Scholar Donald Mackenzie suggested the legend began with Moors, enslaved by Vikings and brought to Scotland. The Gaelic term na Gorma can mean blue men or dark men, hinting at this origin. Some Moors, marooned or escaped in the Hebrides, would have seemed utterly foreign to locals. Dressed in blue-dyed robes, their skin stained by indigo, they became living myths. Their struggle to survive in a harsh land, their language and customs, could easily be transformed into tales of supernatural beings. Over time, these real people merged with older sea legends, becoming the Blue Men of the Minch. The story is a haunting blend of history, misunderstanding, and myth. Today, ships cross the Minch with engines and GPS, but the legend of the Blue Men endures. It lingers in place names, stories, and the imagination of all who know these waters. The Blue Men give a face to the sea's power, a reminder that nature is never fully tamed. Their poetic challenges celebrate the wit and spirit of the Gaelic people. Artists and storytellers keep the legend alive, ensuring the Blue Men still swim in our collective memory. They are more than monsters. They are symbols of Scotland's wild heritage. So next time you hear the waves, listen closely. Perhaps you'll catch a whisper of their challenge on the wind. The Minch keeps its secrets, and the Blue Men still watch from the deep,